Hi friends, I'm Koda. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. If you are new, I'd love it if you'd stick around and subscribe, and if you're really keen, ring that bell for notifications. So as you can probably tell from the title and the visual input you are receiving, this is a speed build. Hooray! I struggled a lot with this speed build. I think I'm calling it like Little Victorian because it's not quite a tiny house, but it's quite small. I just like, there are a lot of big beautiful Victorian houses. Well, varying degrees of beautiful Victorian houses up on the like plateau in Strangerville. And so I just wanted to make a little bitty baby one. So yeah, not a tiny house, but a little house. It's a little Victorian. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm calling it. I probably could have built this little house in like Willow Creek or probably one of the other worlds as well, like maybe Newcrest. I don't know, there are lots of places that I could have fit a Victorian in. But I'm still kind of in love with Strangerville. Just like the visual appearance of the world is beautiful. I love having the backdrop of all of that like striking like orangey red rock and like the big open skies and just all of the cacti and stuff. I really love it. But like this house would probably fit in Willow Creek just fine. Or anywhere else you want to put it. Although the landscaping, I didn't use like cacti and succulents, but I did sort of keep the landscaping a bit minimal. I used quite low-lying, hardy-looking plants, and underneath them I actually used the pebble terrain paint because that's what a lot of the plants sort of like on the edges of this lot have. So like this is sort of like I did the landscaping to fit in with this lot, but otherwise this could probably fit anywhere. I just put it here because I love Strangerville. So we're onto the furnishing now. I actually had a lot of trouble with the furnishing. The kitchen, what you see is like my first and only time doing it, though of course I like change things a bunch when I'm doing it, but like that's not exactly new for me. But for a lot of the other rooms in the house, I actually furnished them and then I went back like the next day and completely redid them. So what you'll see in the video is the redone the redone version, just because I didn't want to have like both versions in the video because it would be incredibly long and tedious, and like my first furnishing job was just like not good. I'm not 100% happy with where it's at now, but I'm much happier with it. My first furnishing job, I just sort of furnished it kind of generically without any consideration to the fact that this is sort of like a more stylized traditional house because it's a little Victorian. By the way, I made this is a dumb joke that is like not really very funny, but amused me. Is that I'm doing a Victorian when, you know, usually I do Queenslanders. Ha ha ha. See, the joke relies on you knowing that Queensland and Victoria are both states of Australia. Of course, when we talk about Victorian houses, we are not referring to the state in Australia, but rather the time period. However, I don't know, it just amused me that like my channel mostly has Queenslanders and I'm branching out and doing a Victorian. It's very silly. I'm trying my best to say but yeah less, but yeah, like I really want to. Like also I really need to try and control. Oh, a gecko just caught a moth. I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, and if you follow me on Twitter, I've posted a picture before, but my office is actually full of wild geckos that just like come into our house, and they eat all the insects, which is good because there are a lot of insects, particularly at this time of year. It's actually very hot here today and still this evening. I hope you can't hear my fan in the background because I tried turning it off for the video and I started to die and I didn't want to die, so I have to have the fan on. But I was saying something about geckos. Yeah, I have a lot of geckos and sometimes you can hear them barking in my videos. That's the like sound that you sometimes hear in the background of my videos. Those are geckos barking. So yeah, we're doing the dining room, which I also did sort of like first time, which is nice. But yeah, soon we're going to be getting on to, oh yeah, the bathroom also didn't change really. It doesn't really fit in with the house, but it's fine. It's a bathroom. I didn't want to change it because it's a bathroom. Like, I assume that this house like has been remodeled. Like it's definitely not its original layout, because I know Victorians are kind of known for their kind of like twisty and like impractical layouts with like lots of like smaller rooms and sort of just like weird floor plans. But so this house is a lot more open than you would maybe expect with a typical Victorian, but it's small, so I wanted it to be quite open because otherwise it would feel really cramped because of the size. So I imagine that it's been like remodeled inside, but I still wanted to have like kind of like traditional-ish furnishings. Here we go. Here's me doing the lounge room over again. Like, I kept some things, but like other things you'll see me like deleting and changing. I originally had like the Jungle Adventure couches and chairs because I use Jungle Adventure stuff so much. Like, it's become like my default. Whenever I need to pick a piece of furniture, I go for the Jungle Adventure one first. But you can't just do Jungle Adventure every single time, because that would get boring, and I want to branch out with my furnishing a bit and not just sort of do strictly like what I like each time, because houses should have more personality than that. So I'm gonna try and use more wider variety of things. You'll see in the kitchen I did not use the Jungle Adventure counters that I always use. I did use the Jungle Adventure fridge and stove, but not the counters. I really stretched myself there, branched out, really doing something interesting and new and exciting. I'm not sure if those are the vampire counters or if they're just like the base game counters, but yeah, not the Jungle Adventure counters. So there, I am really stretching myself. It's amazing how far I'm stretching. I don't know what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. So I actually cut out most of the landscaping, I believe, just because most of it I did on my first like furnishing pass. And then I just made some changes to the backyard when I was doing my sort of redone version, just because I thought that this wall looked incredibly blank since I took away the kitchen window that was on that wall, just because I wanted to put a bunch of shelves and stuff. So that wall looks really blank, so I wanted to have some stuff growing on it. I actually switched off those vines and use the bougainvillea instead, because I thought that the bougainvillea sort of suited the climate a little bit better. I don't know, I assume, like, what kind of climate does bougainvillea? I know it grows well here and it's very hot here, but it's not dry like it is in Strangerville. So maybe bougainvillea needs a more humid climate. I'm not sure. Can you let me know what kind of climate bougainvillea grows in? Just because, like, I always associate it with heat because it's so hot here. But maybe it also likes humidity, which is what we have here. And not in Strangerville. Strangerville, I assume, is a dry heat. Oh well. I took a lot of liberties with the garden, so, you know. It's fine. Oh, and here we are clearing out the bedroom. because the bedroom was what like made me want to do it over, because I just really hated what I'd done. So it was just such a mishmash of things, and like had like no cohesive kind of look. It was just like the bed that I really like from Seasons, and me trying to sort of fit stuff around that. So I just sort of slowly go through and change all of the pieces to more sort of they're not really shabby, so I guess it's not really shabby chic, but like a more kind of a slightly antique looking set. I had so much trouble with this desk and bookshelf combo. Why does this cats and dogs bookshelf not have the same wood swatches as this cats and dogs desk? Why is that? Why is that thing? I don't understand it. They're both from cats and dogs. Why don't they have the same swatches? Also, on that bookshelf, I really love the wood swatch that has like the kind of knot on it, the one that's on screen at the moment. It has like a really beautiful like knot detailing in the wood grain, but none of the other swatches have that. And I want to know why, and I also want to know why we don't have more wood swatches that have like knots and stuff in them. It's really frustrating, but you know, it's fine. Mostly I don't mind that the woods don't match, because it's hard to have all of the woods in your house match anyway. But I don't know why stuff that comes in the same packs doesn't even match all of the time. That seems ridiculous. I want a set. I want it to look like it's a set that was bought together. Anyway, we're coming to a close here. So I went on some weird tangents in this one. So thanks for coming along for the ride with me. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And I'll speak to you guys again very soon. Bye.